Hello my lovelies and welcome back to another video. This time it's the Christmas special. As you already know, the past Christmases have never been good for me. It has always been draining, but this year I decided to claim it for myself, and this has been the best Christmas yet. But hopefully the first of many. But let me tell you how this all came about. As a kid from divorced parents, adults try to lighten the blow by saying you get 2 birthdays, 2 Christmases, which is true until you hit 18, get your own car and a job, because after that, then you have 2 separate Christmases, where you have to spend time with your mum and time with your dad, where Christmas is supposed to be for relaxing and spending time with loved ones. For Christmas, for me, it has always been a battlefield. 2024 was a straw that broke the camel's back, and I was like, that's it, no more. I decided to spend Christmas the way I want to spend Christmas, and that is treat it like a holiday and a celebration at the end of the year. Hence why I took my dad to Cherry Tree Hills and got ourselves pie matching wines. Dad and I both enjoyed our father and daughter day out, where we get to sit down, relax and choose our favorite wine. This place is known for their Rieslings. They are so sweet and refreshing. Highly recommend them, by the way. And because we've been going to different wineries and collecting the wines there, we have accumulated quite a collection. So I thought this could be our new family tradition. So instead of buying cheap alcohol on the holidays, we buy the wines that we do enjoy with the credit, and at the end of the year we get to celebrate it by looking back on the places that we've been to and drinking high quality wines that we have all taste tested. Therefore, Christmas is not just a day, it is a celebration of all the places that we've been to beforehand. For example, I would not appreciate wine to the extent I do today if I haven't went out with my dad and tasted this red wine. It wasn't part of the wine tasting, but the lady was very kind to let us try, and it was the best one because it was brewed in a wooden barrel and you can taste the difference. Because if it's under $10, it's going to taste like vinegar, but it's over $10, it's basically artwork in a bottle. Because I'm no longer a child, I can redefine what Christmas means to us, because my dad is South American and he usually celebrates Christmas on Christmas Eve, not on the day. And because he's usually working all the time, we decided to be like, why don't we celebrate Christmas throughout the year and drink the wines that we do have? So this year, surprisingly, he was here for Christmas. So I baked us a cake and opened the classic brut. France trademarked the word champagne, so we have to call it by a different word, and I didn't even know about this until I went to wineries and the people there explained different types of them to me. So I am learning going to wineries while also preparing for Christmas. In the past, if I wanted to make the holidays special, I had to put up the Christmas tree and the decorations all by myself and take it down at the end of the year. It is exhausting and it takes up a lot of time, considering when you do it yourself and you put so much in and you get so little in return. Hence why wineries are my new family tradition for my dad. Ever since my pop passed away at the end of 2024, Christmas has not been the same. Usually my aunties and uncles and cousins meet up at my nan's house to celebrate Christmas together on my mum's side. Unfortunately, now that we have all grown up and started our own families, it's gotten too big, and even though I love my mum's side, it's just too many people, especially if I'm going to see them once a year. I decided to merge her birthday and Christmas together, therefore I'm spending quality one-on-one time with her, where I'm my best version rather than pretending, keeping the peace with a whole lot of people around. Even though I love spending time with them, I'd rather have quality rather than quantity. Ever since I started my self-love journey, it's taken me to places that I never thought I would. And one of the things on my journey of self-love is I enjoy having high tea, and what better way to celebrate Christmas my way than the tea room at the QVB. 2024 me wouldn't dare go to places like this, but ever since I started doing my little solo dates, this was a piece of cake, because walking into a restaurant now is just like going to the park or just going for a walk. I feel a lot more liberated and I feel a lot more free, because in my head I'm like, someone else got to do it, not me. Turns out, if I want to shop as the person I want to be in the future, I have to start acting like her today. And the future me loves going to fancy places like this, getting myself a Prosecco and soaking up the atmosphere. Even though it looks a bit odd sitting by yourself, I enjoy it because I am my best company. I love taking myself out on dates because this is how I want other people to treat me, and how are they supposed to treat me if I don't know how to treat myself? Hence why I dated myself, and I even opened this letter I wrote myself in 2025 to open at the end of the year. I can't wait to meet my new friend in 2027 because I know she is going to be even more fearless, bolder, and don't care what other people think because their opinions are irrelevant. She only cares what she thinks of herself because she is that girl. Since my love language is new experience and quality time, I decided to take the dessert wine my dad bought me to the movies. As a kid, going to the theatres where you're locked in a dark room, you're cut off from the rest of the world, and all you have to focus on is the movie, is like getting teleported to another world. And now that I'm an adult, I can treat myself to gold class. And ever since Netflix came out, we kind of lost the magic of movies. But since Avatar, Fire and Ash is my favorite trilogy so far, I just had to see it on the big screen, and what better way to experience the movie than sitting in a room where it is very exclusive, there's only a few people around, and it's just you and the movie. This took me back when I was 9, watching Avatar in 3D for the first time. It was magical. I wanted to be like those people, waking up in a different body, flying in the floating mountains. And the second time I watched Avatar was with my mum in gold class. So it's kind of like a roundabout way, because now I'm in gold class watching Avatar 3 by myself on another little solo date for quality time. Because my younger self said, when I'm old enough, I am going to go to gold class by myself and I'm going to watch a movie because I can do it. And I was an adult. And now that I am an adult, I'm like, yeah, I want to make my inner child happy by going to these places, because this is what made my inner child happy. And by the end of it, I was over the moon. I hope one day they do a movie marathon with extended scenes of Avatar, because I would love to spend an entire day watching this movie and escaping from the world, like the Twilight series. Since this is me claiming Christmas for myself, I decided to step out of my comfort zone and go to the Festival of Lights in Bowral, where the days leading up to Christmas, the firefighters decorated their trucks, honked their horns to signal Santa Claus is coming to town. While they were having carols by candlelight, we got to see Santa Claus light up the Christmas tree, but because there were so many kids around, I decided to hang out where the adults were. So I decided to sit down, get myself a French cocktail and a mousse. After my little adventure out, I decided to have some alone time, so I decided to open up this Riesling and have myself a lovely bath. While I was doing so, I was watching the movie Grinch. Looking back, I felt like I should have watched Hallmark movies, but I was trying to figure out what made Christmas Christmassy, but make it more adult. So I turned on the movie Grinch and I had myself a nice little warm bath, drank some Rieslings, had some Ferrero Rochers and some cherries. And I obviously lit up my night before Christmas candle and I just absorbed the atmosphere. Now that I know how to spend Christmas alone, I can now add people into my life with a Christmas high tea. Therefore, people are adding to my life and not subtracting to it, because after all, Christmas is meant to be shared. I love spending Christmas with my mum, but it is the most taxing time of the year. But since we're adults now and Christmas is mostly meant for kids and none of us have children, we decided to make a new family tradition. So this year when my mom asked me what I want for Christmas, I said quality time and new experiences. So she took me out to the Glass restaurant at the Hilton's, where I get to spend quality time with the most important women in my life for afternoon tea. You see, when you're a kid, you don't get much say on how to spend Christmas. They always say Santa Claus is going to give you presents, we can bake cookies and leave out carrots for the reindeers. But when you're an adult, the magic dies, and I believe that's because other people try to make Christmas special for you. But when you're an adult, people just expect you to have a husband, some kids, and just make Christmas magic for them. But we're adults now. Where does Christmas fit into our story since we don't have any kids? So this was the perfect time to create new family traditions now that we're adult and we don't no longer have tiny legs, so we can cover more ground and have more serious conversations. Like, what are your plans for the new year's? Where are you traveling to? What are you grateful or what have you accomplished this year? And let's celebrate it like, girls in the city having fun day out, drinking, having laughs, creating new memories. And I think that's what Christmas should be like when you're with your mum and your sister as an adult before marriage and having kids, because you get to have like a really relaxing time. Don't get me wrong, I think having a husband and children is wonderful, especially during the holidays, but I'm quite enjoying being in my mid-20s, enjoying Christmas my own way without having that extra commitment, because it is taxing and I quite enjoy, spending time in my 20s without that little patters of feet and trying to make other people happy during the holidays. Instead, I'm trying to figure out what makes me happy during the holidays, therefore people are adding to my life and not subtracting to it. And nothing screams more adult Christmas than going to see the Nutcracker with the girls. It is magical. Like, you always hear people going to see the ballet for Christmas, especially for the Nutcracker, but for me, oh my gosh, why haven't I done this sooner? The moment I hit 18, it felt like I went back in time and watched something straight out of Shakespeare. That was the level of excitement, elegance, dramaticness, and seeing athletes perform live. Art was extraordinary. This place was stunning. It tinkled everything in my girl heart, and I can't wait to come back here next year. This is part of our new tradition with me, my mum and my sister, and it warmed my heart because this was the first time us three girls got to see ballet in person, and we all enjoyed it. We all said the girls took the show, and I believe every girl should go see the ballet, if that's with your girlfriends, with your partners, with your parents. Everyone should at least see it once in their lives, and it just takes your breath away. Because Christmas is meant for children, and since we don't have children right now, we decided to claim it for ourselves, and it is the best thing, and I hope to have many more Christmases like this by making it special for me without having to please other people, because now my cup is filled. I don't have to stress about who's going to be there, who I have to put on a fake mask. Instead, I am doing what makes me happy and spending time with the people I love one-on-one and celebrating all my accomplishments. That is what Christmas means to me. No man is coming down to give me presents. I am simply giving the presents to myself because I want to become the best version of myself. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and if you wish to support me, becoming a journal to your higher self is in my website. But until then, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.